Welcome to part 33 of Mark the Day. Let's go chat with Mark. This is January the 30th, 2023. I'm sorry. I don't know why I keep wanting to say 23. This is 2025 by man's calendar. Oh, it's early this morning. Don't expect much from me. But anyways, it's 2025 by man's calendar. Ooh. And I want to jump straight on back into this word though. Because there are some other places I want to visit. And I want to just discuss things with you that I know many of you have not thought about because you believe the lies that was told in the history books. But anyways, before we get into that, let's get into the word. This is Mark 14. I'm going to recap verse 27. And Jesus said to them, all you shall be offended because of me this night. For it is written, I will smite the shepherd, and the sheep shall be scattered. Well, Jesus was smote for our sakes, and the sheep were indeed scattered. But after that I am risen, I will go before you into Galilee. But Peter said to him, although all shall be offended, yet will not I. See, because they couldn't perceive what he was saying. They couldn't understand what he meant. They still wasn't fathoming in their little minds what was about to happen. Sir, they still could not fathom in their little minds what was about to happen. So therefore they could not understand how they could possibly be offended in the Lord. And Jesus says to him, now he's talking to Peter, verily I say to you that this day, now Jesus told them everything that they were going to do, and they did it. These things happened. He was more than a prophet. He was God, and when he spoke, that which he spoke became so. And Jesus says to him, verily I say to you, that this day, even in this night, before the cock crow twice, you will deny me thrice. So see, before the cock could even crow twice, meaning 2 times, Peter will have denied him 3 times. But he spoke the more vehemently, which means insistently. If I should die with you, I will not deny you in any wise. Likewise also said they all. And they came to a place which was named Gethsemane. They came to a place that was named Yosemite. Yosemite. And he says to his disciples, sit you here while I say, sit you here while I shall pray. And he takes with him Peter and James and John and began to be sore amazed and to be very heavy. And that sore amazed means struck with terror. And that very heavy is anguish and distress. And says to them, my soul is exceeding sorrowful to death. Tarry you here and watch. He commanded them to keep watch right there. And what they do, just like everyone else has done. And he said, Abba, Father, all things are possible to you. Take away this cup from me. Nevertheless, not what I will, but what you will. And he comes and finds them sleeping and says to Peter, Simon, sleep you? That was a question. Could not you watch 1 hour? Watch you and pray, lest you enter into temptation. The spirit truly is ready, but the flesh is weak. And again he went away and prayed and spoke the same words. And when he returned, he found them asleep again, for their eyes were heavy. Neither knew they what to answer him. And he comes the third time and says to them, sleep on now and take your rest. It is enough. The hour is come. Behold, the Son of Man is betrayed into the hands of sinners. Rise up, let us go. Lo, he that betrays me is at hand. He that betrays me is at hand. And immediately while he yet spoke, comes Judas, one of the 12, and with him a great multitude, with swords and staves, from the chief priests and the scribes and the elders. And he that betrayed him had given them a token, saying, whomsoever I shall kiss, that same is he. Take him and lead him away safely. And as soon as he was come, he goes immediately to him and says, Master, Master, and kisses him. and kissed him. And they laid their hands on him and took him. And one of them that stood by drew a sword and smote a servant of the high priest and cut off his ear. And Jesus answered and said to them, Are you come out against a thief with a sword and staves to take me? Are you come out as against a thief? Jesus wanted to know if that's what they thought he was, a thief. With swords and staves to take him. I was daily with you in the temple teaching, and you took me not. But the scriptures must be fulfilled. And they all forsook him and fled. And there followed him a certain young man, having a linen cloth cast about his neck bodily, or cast about his naked body, sorry. And the young men laid hold on him, and he left the linen cloth, and fled from them naked. And they led Jesus away to the high priest, and with him were assembled all the chief priests and the elders and the scribes. And Peter followed him afar off, even into the palace of the high priest, and he sat with the servants and warmed himself at the fire. And the chief priests and all the council sought for witness against Jesus to put him to death, and found none. And Peter followed, and the chief priests and all the council sought for witness against Jesus to put him to death, and found none. For many bore false witness against him, but their witness agreed not together. And there arose certain and bore false witness against him, saying, We heard him, I will destroy this temple that is made with hands, and within 3 days I will build another made without hands. That's not even what he said. That's not even what he said. He said, if you destroy this temple, in 3 days I will rise it again. But neither so did their witnesses agree together. And the high priest stood up in the midst and asked Jesus, saying, Answer you nothing? What is it which these witness against you? I'll see you in the next part. And we'll get back into this. And we'll talk about the things which you believed from the history book.